Well, let's start right there in South Carolina, Shane, because hey, they have opened spring practice in Columbia. You know, things are slow. Obviously, right out the gate, can't even have
Like their
full.
traffic.
Yep, can't even have full pads on. But little nugget here. We'll get more into South Carolina as they get more into camp. But I just thought this was pretty fascinating, Shane, that we got Shane Beamer, and this is in the very beginning of his press conference, talking about the coaching staff he's assembled there. They're hot commodities. Everybody's trying to hire people off his staff, including a fellow SEC East program. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's kick it over to Coach Shane Beamer.
Well, excited about the coaching staff that we have intact, the new guys that we've added, the ones that have stayed. We've had coaches on this year's staff that have turned down opportunities in the NFL, turned down opportunities in the SEC, turned down opportunities in the ACC to go places and coach. Just had one this week that turned down a fellow SEC East school. So it's great to know that there's a lot of people that are interested in our coaches. I've said it before, we got a heck of a coaching staff here at Carolina, and when so many teams are trying to hire your coaches, it's a great statement about what we have here at Carolina and where we're going as well. Challenge for us.
All right, Shane. So, hey, I mean, Beamer, he never misses an opportunity to kind of dunk on an opponent, so to speak. And who he's referencing here, Shane, it's pretty interesting. Florida's Billy Napier, their wide receivers coach, Kerry Colbert, jumped to the NFL. So they're currently looking for a receiver. They're already in camp. They don't got a coach, Shane. So what they tried to do, they tried to get South Carolina's outstanding receivers coach, Justin Stepp, arguably the best receivers coach in the SEC, to come down to Gainesville. And I know South Carolina fans pumping out their chests that they were able to keep their coach, but it's just wild, Shane. And I'm not, this isn't not a total indictment on Billy Napier or anything like that, but it's pretty wild that, I have no idea if they were, how much money is involved here or anything like that, but it's wild that South Carolina can keep an assistant coach from Florida. Maybe not wild now, given the momentum of Shane Beamer's program, but 2, 3, 4 years ago, that would have never happened.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. South Carolina there for a minute was more of a stepping stone, and you're looking for your next opportunity, your big shot. Florida Gators was that big shot, and it's kind of changing. And I think as a South Carolina fan, you always hate when your coaches are potentially getting poached. It is a free agency. These guys can come and go as they please, but it's also a good thing, Mike. You want your coaches looked after. You want them, recruited to other universities, and because that means you're doing something right. And so I think Beamer and staff's definitely on track. Now, he goes on to talk about all of his staff getting poached. I don't know how much of South Carolina's, coaching staff has had a chance to go to the NFL or another SEC program. But the fact that we did have a few and the fact they were able to maintain them and keep them on campus, I think that says more about what they're building, the culture there in South Carolina. So I think if I'm a fan, I'm on cloud nine, and you got the right, man. Keep that chest pumped out because, people are looking at what you're doing and they want a piece of it.
Yeah, not only that, Shane, but I also think maybe those coaches know that they're building towards something special. And they're not, maybe they're not going to be there 4 or 5 years because you want your assistants to move on. You got a great receivers coach. You want them to be an offensive coordinator somewhere eventually, because all these guys want to move up the ladder, get more money and all that. So I'm not saying you want to keep these guys forever, but maybe this upcoming season is going to be such a great one that, that maybe that's why some of these assistants also staying on board. They believe in Shane Beamer. They believe in this roster. So, again, just yet another reason for South Carolina to be fired up for the upcoming season.